Hey everybody, welcome to Kats Creations, live on Friday night. Tonight we're doing things a little bit differently. I've kind of given you some precursors if you've been watching my Facebook page throughout today. I'm waiting for Steve to run an errand real quick and come back, so I apologize if it's like a one-man person show at the very beginning, but I think I should be able to get through all of the materials and then be able to answer any quick questions you have. Let me make sure I can get this up on my Kindle so I can see your posts and comments. So give me 1 second because he took my phone to do a quick errand. Okay, so I should be good. So hi Amber, hi Jean, hi Bobby. So tonight we're doing things a little bit differently for people that aren't really familiar with the Netflix series Stranger Things. This is probably going to be a little different for you. But this wreath is a custom design, so I thought I'd share something with you that involves number one, licensing and trademark, because you guys know that we're not able to sell or advertise trademark or licensed items, but you can definitely do it as a custom order. So I thought I would share a custom order with you today. This one's way different. So you guys saw my signs from I think it was like last week, it's almost 2 weeks ago. So I shared with you the sign which says, "Welcome to the Upside Down," and the Upside Down is synonymous with Stranger Things fans. If you've watched the series, then you automatically understand what Upside Down is. For those of you that don't, it's basically your world flipped upside down, kind of gives you the black and white version. So the white version is everything's all normal. The upside down is the ulterior motive for the upside down is everything like hidden, everything underground. It's where all the sinister stuff happens. So I thought I would take this completely in a different direction and do a half Halloween, half Christmas wreath representing the regular part of Stranger Things, the things that go on in the everyday world, and then also the sinister side, which is the darker side or the upside down. So sign's going to be predominant. We're using a 24-inch evergreen wreath base, and what I did before, so you guys don't have to watch paint dry with me, is basically what I've done is I've taken the evergreen and I've separated it like this, and I basically took a trash bag and covered the top half of the wreath and basically spray painted the entire bottom half of the wreath with black high gloss paint, so that in the upside down world, the things that are all pretty would be your standard evergreen, and then the sinister side would be a darker evergreen. So this is why you're seeing two-tone. And I had two different ways that I was gonna run with this design. One is doing everything like you see a normal wreath where everything is done this way, but because this is different for Stranger Things, I gave my daughter an option. I said we can keep everything uniform and upright, or I can make your wreath universal, which means for Halloween you can flip it upside down and then it's Halloween, or the sinister side, and then when it's not and you're ready for Christmas, you flip it back upside or right side up, and then you have everything up here is orientated for Christmas, kind of. So it's going to be a little bit different. So the evergreen's already prepped, ready to go. The sign came from an Etsy vendor called HapsAndArt. So HAPS and ANDART. So she can do these in any different color. If you're familiar with the logo, it is black background with red lettering. So it kind of ties in with the show's logo in a sense. We're also going to be incorporating the Christmas lights, which were synonymous with season 1. That's how they would communicate with the people who were stuck in the underground. And then we're going to add in some bows made with red and green and white and lime green dots. We're going to do a black and white harlequin, We're gonna do the green and red Christmas ornaments. We're gonna do black, red, and white stripe. And then we're just gonna embellish the heck out of it, keeping things on the lower half. It's all gonna be dark and sinister, and all the stuff on top is Happy Christmas. So, let's see. Yes, you can absolutely share this video. Just because you're making a licensed product wreath does not mean that you cannot publicize or show the video. So by all means, if you have people that are huge Stranger fans, people definitely share, let them know that this is something different, it's something unusual. Let me make sure. So, okay. This looks like it's gonna be, yeah, it's, like I said, I was playing with the design today, and I'm looking at, so looking at it, trying to decide, okay, what kind of elements do I want to put in it? How much stuff do I want to overdo it? Because there's been a couple examples that I've seen on Etsy that it just seems like they kind of took all the iconic, it's like from the early 80s. So this like really hits home for us. They took all the iconic images, like the Gap and Sam Goody and the 80s music and 80s neon and all that kind of stuff, and they all incorporated it all into the wreath. And it just became like, it's like they were trying to hit everything all at once. So the design challenge came into play where you're trying to not make it look overly stuffed full of things, but that it kind of has a sense, people would understand what it means, and that it kind of looks kind of cool. So, which was interesting because after I had Steve spray paint the bottom of it for me, I was like, that would make a really cool base for a Halloween wreath, to take an entire evergreen and spray paint it all black instead of going out and spending, I think it's like $17 to $20 to buy our evergreen all like color coded in. You know, if you want orange or you want black or you want black and orange, by all means, yes, you can paint them. So, and I hear my other half coming home right now, which is really super cool. So let me make sure. So Bobby says, is that a problem about how to tag how people sell natural sports team ribbon? Well, Bobby, here's the thing. You can sell it as long as it's for personal use. It's the same reason why Hobby Lobby can carry signage or people can sell the signs. It's meant for personal use, but not meant to sell. And then you're getting your sales based off of the icon. Like if I made this wreath and put it in my shop, people would know that this is a Stranger Things wreath if they watch the show. But the only people who would be buying it are people who are Stranger Things fan or get the image behind it. So I'm gonna turn everything back over to Steve. So there is that, and he's gonna take over all my comments so I can actually focus and do what I do best, and then he's gonna do that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is wire this for lights. So it's triple AA batteries. So we always want to make sure they work before we run them. So this has 9 different combinations. So I'm going to get it to where it goes off. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and start wiring this. Because it's going to be an outside wreath, you definitely want to make sure that it has, it's all lit. So I'm going to take this, the ribbon to the side, and I usually will hardwire my battery pack in after the fact. So I'm actually going to start this in here, and the first thing we're going to do is hide the wires and get all the wires wired in here. So we're just going to take this and wind this all the way through. And we want to really make sure that our lights are pretty heavy in here. And like I said, because it was an iconic, like it's all based in the 80s, you had that traditional twisty, bold Christmas lights.
Did you see Bobby's comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. I saw about the baseball. How can you do baseball ribbon?
She said she hasn't figured out how people are selling the national sports team ribbons.
Right. And I said you can sell them as long as you're not. You can sell them, just so long as you're not going to take that wreath. Like, she could sell them all day long. We can't. It's the same reason why you can go to Hobby Lobby and buy your sports signs or your Marvel signs or Star Wars signs. I mean, everybody has them. It doesn't mean that you can't have them.
Yep.
It just means you can't advertise with them.
Hi, everyone.
So, when you were curious, you didn't think that these were going to go very far, I think. So I'm just going to kind of lay these on top because they're actually shorter than what we thought. So this said 50 feet, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely not 50 feet. Because look, I'm just now entering in the black. And there we go. So, there's 50 feet. What the heck? It's like, do people not realize we are doing a Facebook Live? So we just want to kind of get the lights in here just perfectly. And there we go. So now I'm going to turn these on and just make sure I have them pretty well laid out, which
Yeah, looks good.
looks like so.
Yep.
Okay. So now we want to turn them off. So lights are wired in. So I'm going to take all my excess and kind of tuck this back here. I'm going to flip it upside down and just kind of nicely secure all my excess wire because I don't really need all this. And because it's got a battery pack, I want to make sure the customer can access it. Just like so. And I'm going to use my little tie that came with the lights to secure all the excess wire. Just like so. And I didn't really get a chance to say hi to everybody, babe.
Hi, everybody.
So
Thank you, gals, for all the prayers and support for me and Kat. Appreciate it. And my mom.
So now I'm going to secure my battery pack to the actual frame of the wreath. So we're just going to put it right here, just like so. And let's cut this off. Just like so.
Thank you, Elaine. Hi, Jane, Elaine, Bobby, Jackie, Shirley, Sandra, Teresa, Dawn, Peggy,
Everybody.
Melody, everybody, Amber, Maribel, Wilhelmine. Yes, we did feel the earthquake yesterday. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fun earthquake on top of fireworks, right?
Yep.
So I'm just taking a pipe cleaner and we're just going to do this.
Hi, Darlene. Thank you, Lynette. First time watcher, Lynette, so let us know what city and state you're from.
Yes, I'd like to hook you up with communities if we can. Okay, so this is secured. The only thing that the customer needs to do to access the battery pack is to take the twist tie off, and then you can open this up. Batteries are accessible. The button to push the lights is accessible. They just have to reach back there. It's the only thing that you can feel that has like a little silicone knob on it. So this is going to be finished. Okay. And we're all set. So now we get to start to build on the wreath. And I think we said we were gonna do sign, and then we were gonna start to thicken it up and make it look more three-dimensional. So knowing that the whole world, the dark side of the world is actually the upside down, we're going to install our sign this way so that normal would say this is right side up. Obviously upside down is everything on the bottom. So I'm just going to take this, we will fluff all this stuff later. We're going to take 2 pipe cleaners, we are going to attach it with staples to the back of the sign so it does fit perfect. I think this is a 13-inch sign, so it is, it's like 13 long and then 3.5 like wide, I guess.
Gotcha.
Wide. So now we will secure said sign. Using a staple gun, I don't have to worry about the little adhesive tabs coming off in the heat. And this is thick enough that it's going to totally hang on to my sign and keep that secure.
Thank you, gals. I appreciate it.
There we go. So we want to make sure that our sign is the dividing line between normal and not.
The up and the side down.
The right side versus the upside. And it's actually nice because on the evergreen wreath there is a bar right where I segmented the different colors. So it just will go right to the inner rail, but then there's also a bar that goes this way. So I have one end of my pipe cleaner on that side of the rail, and then the other side. Let's see if we have the rail here.
Hi, Marilee. Welcome. She said hi. Happy to be able to finally catch it live.
And she's gonna like, it's kind of crazy because I think like I was telling Steve, I'm like, that not too many people know Stranger Things. Like we just
huge on Netflix, so a lot of people do know it. This is more like a novelty wreath.
yes.
So just for this Stranger Things, and our daughter loves it, so she's making it for her daughter.
Well, it's funny because it's like I like to make things that are really completely customizable to the interests of my kids, and my daughter's been a huge Stranger Fans thing.
Or anyone, yeah.
Yeah, but she's even going to a premiere tonight. She got free tickets, so they're going down to Hollywood, where they're taking one of our local malls and transforming it into season 3 Starcourt Mall.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. So
a lot of people love it because it's based in the 80s.
I like it because it's based in the 80s.
So
So all
it's
the
got
music's great.
It's got a good 80s music, and it talks about shopping malls, how shopping malls kind of took over in the early 80s, and that was the place to hang out. And
Yes,
it's where kids hung out and went. And
most definitely.
Melody said never watched it. Melody, just
She's gonna watch
just
it.
Google it or YouTube video. You could do YouTube. I'm sure there's some videos on it. It's kind of cool, but it's also a little scary.
It's not really scary.
It's it's got a lot of suspense to it.
Yeah, but not like gore, I guess.
Well, kind
There
of.
kind of is, but we don't watch like
Yeah.
the truly evil stuff. But this kind of, I don't know. It's like a cult thing, not like a cult
Yeah,
classic.
and it is a strict Netflix show.
Yeah.
So, Michelle said she loves that show. Maureen said I really like Stranger Things.
So we have
Gail.
1 episode left of season 3. It just
Hi,
came
Julie.
out.
Hi, Tracy.
So what I did is I just basically refluffed the bottom. Steve was nice enough to really fluff everything for me when he was spray painting it. So when you're doing evergreen, you kind of want to make sure your evergreens stay consistent. You want to take your hands, really put it inside your evergreen and give it a good fluff. So these are the evergreens that they sell at Hobby Lobby for $9.99. If you wait and use your 40% off coupon, you'll get them for $6. If you get them at the end of the season, when they have some left, you could get them for like $4 or $5. And so I'm just using these. These
Mom
are
said,
leftover.
watch it and you'll become addicted. Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
Lindy said they did great with the costumes.
They did. I know. My daughter went and she went to the Goodwill and tried to find herself some 80s clothes, and I was like, good luck with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work with the sinister part a little bit, and then we'll come back in and we'll do the evergreen. Actually, I'll do the evergreen since they're on top. So what I like to do with my evergreens is I like to supplement so that it doesn't keep this just generic look to it. So what I do is I go to Hobby Lobby and I buy the white pine picks. This one's just like a mix between different, and I try to find about, so I'm trying to think. Most of them I think have 12.
Yeah, so you probably have 6.
Yeah, so, but I'm gonna look. I'm gonna probably just use one. I might just break down the one.
Bobby asked if you got the message about the discount code.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So we've just unfortunately been super busy today. But yeah, quick enough that I could post it and say, hey, nothing's changed. And then I'll go into the group and tell them more about the pros and cons of ordering from your website versus Etsy. So it's always nice just to try to take it up a notch, and buying these pine picks that have a wide variety of different pine in it. This reminds me of why I hate Christmas.
Well, you like Christmas, you just don't like that.
I don't like the mess.
The mess, yeah.
So I will keep this because I need the tag. So now what I will do is, following the flow, so everything is kind of going like this, I will take my glue skillet along with my picks, and I'm just going to dip it in my glue, and I'm going to just kind of tuck it in to my evergreen the same direction, and just kind of give it some more dimension so that you're not just seeing that it's almost like a hedge, like it's perfectly cut. So we will take these and then go from there.
So Lynette is from Hammond, Indiana.
Ooh, I think we have some people from
I think
Indiana.
we have a couple other gals that are right around Indiana,
Right.
Illinois, Ohio area. Yep.
So I just kind of space them out.
Yeah, Julie Black said she's from Ohio.
Okay. See, so there's one. So our goal is to get them all just a little bit different, so it doesn't look like it's a flat. What do you call it? Like a store-bought wreath. So we always try to make it pop a little bit more.
Wow, Tracy. She said, did you feel the earthquake? Yes, we did. But she said Trona was her hometown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a small little town.
Yes.
Up there north of Ridgecrest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 87 miles
North of us.
north of us, right? So it was enough to, when you live here in California, you just kind of wait it out. It's like, I know we probably should have a better plan than wait and see if this is the big one or not before we decide to take action, but I think we have all of our emergency preparedness stuff ready.
Yeah.
But we just wait when we feel it. We're like, is it going to get bigger? Is it going to not?
Yep, gals, give her a minute. This is a Netflix TV series themed, which is Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
And I painted half of it black.
Oh, you want me to hold it
And
up?
the sign says this way to the upside down.
No,
right?
welcome.
Oh, welcome to the upside down. So this is going to be a Stranger Things themed wreath.
Yes. Yeah. So.
She'll hold it up here in a minute.
Yeah, let me, and I'll show you what I did. So let me add this last one. I'm going to add it right in here. So I'll show you what we've done. So let me take all my glue threads. And this is what I've been doing to the top. So I've been adding dimension in the same direction the wreath is going. So just adding different pine picks kind of will take it from to hopefully better than not. So we'll add this one back in over here. So I'm just dipping it in the glue skillet, kind of coating the edge and just kind of tucking it inside the branches. And that's why having those branches all spread out will kind of help. So you can kind of see where you need to go. And I just attach it to either the frame or to the other branches. So I'm not going to use that one. And now I'm going to come in to the bottom with some twisted branches. I got these from Michael's last year. So I don't know if Michael's will have these again this year. I'm hoping they do. These are my favorite branches because you could totally take, I think if you take 4 of these, they have wire in them. So you can actually bend these all into a weird twisted shape, but I am going to be taking it.
These work great for a custom wreath she did last year and the year before.
Oh, yeah.
That was a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, we did that. And I'm trying to find, here's my thicker, because some of the wires are a little fatter. So we're just going to break this down. So I'm taking all those little pieces and pulling them all off the branch. So just like the evergreen, this is the reverse evergreen.
Hi guys,
A
just
tree with
joining.
no branches. So this is my take on that. So that we'll add. So now we'll go to the bottom, doing the exact same thing we did at the top, but now we're going to be taking these little stick branches and we're going to be incorporating these on the bottom so that you get that spiny,
Spooky.
Kinda, yeah. So they're all wired. You just want to make sure.
Dead kind of look.
Yeah, Halloween-esque look. So she just wanted a wreath with 2 different looks in it. She wanted something that half Halloween, half Christmas. So I was like, okay, we can figure that one out. So we will do this. So now we're just kind of enhancing the bottom with all the little picks here. And I'm just kind of moving it around. I'm keeping everything, like when I put all my stuff in, everything is going in the same direction. So I'm not putting anything this way. Everything is just kind of flowing in the same direction as the bigger part. Of the wreath, because then it looks funky. Like if you stop and just kind of have it not.
Happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. I'm sure there's a lot of gals that aren't here because they're on vacation.
That is very true.
Out doing stuff, so.
Extending the weekend, so to speak. So, and I'm just taking it, dipping it in the glue skillet, and kind of just going around the bottom. So that this way, no matter which way you turn it, you still have a usable wreath. So I have to think along those lines that everything has to serve that purpose, that you can flip it upside down and it'll still look just as good as if it wasn't upside down, right? I guess. So.
And if you guys don't know about Stranger Things, there's what's called a parallel universe, and it's called the Upside Down. Yeah.
Trying to explain it. There's that. I need a couple more pieces. Then I'm gonna come back in and it was hard to decide colors because colors were always challenging because you don't want to go traditional black and orange. Kind of want to stay true to the logo. So let's see. I'm gonna go and take this one out, I think. Yeah. And then
Oh,
what?
your Kindle over there, I can still hear. I can hear the volume on it.
Oh. It's off now. Okay. So I'm going to work on enhancing the bottom a little bit. So knowing that our theme colors are black and red, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to, do I want to do the ribbon first? Yeah, maybe I'll do the bow. So to separate, so let me show you what the bottom now looks like. So let me hold this up. So now you can kind of see the bottom has a little spinies, right? Sorry, I'm just like pulling glue threads off.
Yeah.
All done?
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna separate, further define the separation. So I'm going to add a bow to each side, incorporating the same colors from both the Halloween portion of it. And so we're going to be doing the red, white, black, and then green. So it should tie everything together if it works out right. So
Daryl asked, how much thought did you have to put into this wreath for it to work out on both ends? Quite a bit, especially with the sign. That's where she based the whole thing around.
the sign. And I was like, oh my God, the sign is great. And then it was like, what else can I stick in it? Because I was like, I don't want it to look like somebody just threw it together. I wanted it to look like it had a purpose. So,
and then the paint is just a Rust-Oleum, kind of like a semi-gloss paint. I actually spray painted it first with flat because I had a different color. So I just did flat black, and then I sprayed some Rust-Oleum semi on top of it.
so we're actually going to break these up. And I think that's how we had it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to take this side and I'm going to make a bow to go this side and then these colors, because I don't want to have a super giant huge bow because I cannot impact the sign. So I can't have a super big bow with the bows overlapping the signage. So I have to kind of keep it relatively small. And then we're also going to incorporate this, what do you call it? It's about an inch thick. This is gross grain ribbon. So this is not wired, but it is Stranger Things themed. It has the sayings, it has a lot of the icons on it, which the big one I think is the old-fashioned 80s Christmas lights.
I think it's grove grain, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's silent.
Yeah. And then it has their saying, friends don't lie. So it's kind of that.
That's
so
a big part of the TV show. That friends don't lie.
Friends don't lie.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about building trust with your friends growing up. So we're going to go ahead and create the bows so then we can just start to really focus on embellishing. And then we have the majority of everything done. So when you're doing your ribbons, you want to dovetail cut them. The easiest way to do that is to take your wired edge ribbon, fold it in half, and then you're going to cut from the folded side to the point. And this one's wires are actually where the red and the black and white meet. So that's where the wire is on this one. So this is why it's kind of difficult to get that perfect point, but you can still get there nonetheless. I probably want my tails to hang down just a smidge. So that's probably what, 10 inches? Nope, 8. So I'm gonna have 8-inch tails, which is probably gonna be about 5-inch loops. So using the Bodabra, you're gonna twist, place it inside the Bodabra, and we're just gonna do a simple 2-loop bow. So 2 loops. So we wanna make sure these are 5 inches.
It was a long earthquake. This one lasted, I would say, at least good 30 to 45 seconds.
Right?
Maybe even longer.
Not fun.
It's funny. I liked it.
Whatever.
To me, it was a fun rolling one. It just kind of felt like you were on a roller coaster.
It was not fun. I was like, please, God, just stop it. Just stop it now. Please. Now's great. You can just stop it anytime. It's not fun anymore. So again, 8-inch tails, 5-inch loops. So we're going to finish this one off.
Sandra said this is going to look very unique and cool.
Yeah, so
That's the fun part of making things, especially wreaths.
custom ones.
Custom ones, you can have fun.
Yeah, because this is what you can do, right? When you're doing a custom, you can do it on a live. I've seen people do it on lives before, and you'll get interested people who say, I really want a wreath like that. Can you make me a wreath? And it's like it becomes another custom order. So yes, you can. So again, we're dovetail cutting the ends. We're doing the Christmas lights at 8 inches. So it's a really pretty tail. It's kind of incorporating the two tones of the look. And I'm going to probably bring this one in to a 4. So
Hi, Melody.
5-inch there, 4-inch here, and then I'm going to probably do 3-inch with our grosgrain.
I didn't really like earthquakes, but I just thought because this one was such a long rolling type of earthquake, it was interesting.
It was not fun. It was not fun.
I hate the ones that make you feel like the whole house is going to rattle apart.
Well, it kind of started that way. It shook. At first, like I said, there was this
This one to
roar.
me was rolling and no shaking. It was
It
just a
rolled
roll.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I thought Steve went out our front door because we just heard the door shaking. And I was like, is there someone at the door? What's going on? So now we're going to take the grosgrain and I'm going to dovetail this. Even though this isn't wired, we'll see if it still works. Usually with the grosgrain ribbon, you can generally get it to do what you need it to do. So I'm not going to necessarily worry about if it's right side up or upside down. It won't matter because it depends on which way you decide to flip the wreath. So we're going to do it just like so. Let's make sure where my loop sizes are. So that's 4. Make sure this one's right where it needs to be. And then another 8 inches. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
I'll try to hold it. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says Stranger Things on it, and it has the little
Yeah, friends don't lie.
friends on it. Yeah.
What else does it say? Promise. It has a cell phone. It has a telephone. So it has an older style cell phone. So we will go ahead and dovetail cut this. This is kind of nice because it worked out. The Christmas ribbon's right side up. And then this one is upside down. So it makes sense depending upon which way you put it in. So we're going to spin this just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and attach it to this side here. So right between our separation points. There we go. Gotta love it with the black branches and black pipe cleaner.
Yeah.
Trying to get them fed through. Not too deep. There we go. So So we'll just lightly kind of twist that and then fluff everything and make sure it's all where it needs to be. So this, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go tail.
It's funny, you could have the lights facing to the green and the black and red and white facing to the green.
However they want. And that's a nice thing, right? They can decide how they want to dress their bow. If they want it more that way or more this way.
Hey girls, just joining. Patty said she had friends in Vegas that felt it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We had a lot of people from all over feel it. I think Caitlin said she felt it all the way up in Modesto.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let that one sit.
Hi Jean, hi Sue.
While we
Hi,
work on
Kathy.
the other one. Same thing. We're gonna do the Harlequin at the bottom.
Yep, feel free to share and like and copy onto your page.
Yes. This is
Thank you for sharing,
non-private.
Jean.
So we're gonna sit here, dovetail our ends. We're doing 8-inch tails. So we always do that twist. We're doing 5-inch loops on the bottom. So we'll just double check sizes. Right there. So it's entirely up to you. You can go big fat bow, but like I said, I have this sign that I definitely want to make sure does not get impeded by a big bow. And then 8 inches. So
If
we're
you're just tuning in, this is a custom wreath that she's doing for our daughter. Actually, it's a TV series based theme called Stranger Things. And then we painted half of the evergreen black. And it's got a really cool sign in the middle of it that says welcome to the upside down, because that's how it's themed.
Yeah, I think as a wreath designer, when you're challenged to do something out of your comfort zone, it becomes a little bit of a little bit of a challenge, because you're like, well, how far do they want me to go? Do they want me to go completely, like based on the movie? Which I could have. I could have incorporated everything. I could have put an old cell phone in here. I could have put an old rotary phone in here, but for me, it's got to still be a little bit classy. So that's why we kind of went with, let's two-tone it and do it this way. So we shall see.
Hi Rose, hi Valerie, hi Karen.
So we're almost done with our bows, and then we can continue with the embellishment. So that's that. And here's our green. So it came in red, and you can also get it in a whole bunch of different colors. So I got it in like the red and the gray. I knew that I wanted it as close to the sign logo colors as possible. So that's why I tried to stay with red and black. There we go. And I'm gonna flip this one this way. I'm gonna do, I guess it doesn't matter. We're still doing it upside down. It's all upside down. So 4 inches was our Christmas colors, like these ones. And that's the thing about the grove grain is, while it's thick, it still doesn't have a life. So you have to kind of fight what you want it to do. So that's that. Probably should have given her the ribbon tonight, but it wouldn't have coordinated with her 80s look.
Yeah.
So now we will do this one.
Okay then.
Kate's watching.
Yep.
So, yep, this is all based on what Kaylee wanted it to do. So she wants to be able to flip the wreath for Halloween and then flip it back for Christmas. So she's like, that's the upside down, Mom. Like, okay. Which means that if I incorporate anything that has, you know, you're looking at it and it's right side up here, you have to be able to make it adjustable so that they can flip it upside down.
Hi Rochelle, she said, hi Kat, just tuning in, can't wait to see what you're making.
A Stranger Things custom order. So I love custom orders because it really challenges you as a creative to get outside of what you want and really adapt it along the lines of what your customer wants. So in this case, it's really taking it outside of my normal.
Yep, and this is subjective, right? So there's people who might like it and there's people who might not. And there's gonna
probably be people who don't,
That's
but
okay.
then if you understand the show, it's like it goes with that.
Yep.
So let's see. This went down. This needs to go up. Okay. So now we're gonna kind of fluff our bows a little bit. Get this to hopefully have some sort of a life. So we shall see. Because the ultimate true test comes when we spin the wreath upside down or right side up. Do you get that dimensional effect that you're hoping you were trying for?
Yep.
So.
Yep, Rochelle, this is a Stranger Things-Themed Wreath.
So let me show you. Here is our bows with our sign, with the lights already in it. And then we're just gonna start embellishing some more, both upper and lower. So this will be all pretty fancy, nice Christmas. This will all be kind of dark. So, cool. You're gonna kind of give me my thumbs up. Like,
Yep.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm gonna take from the bottom and we're gonna take some of this red twig. It's like a glittered, it's like the black, but this is actually glittered in red.
So, Patty, you can keep the video up and then go to YouTube and just video, or just type in on YouTube Stranger Things season 1, and it'll kind of give you a quick run through of what this TV show is about.
How would you, I forget how somebody summed it up. Okay, so have to decorate it the way I'm thinking.
It's kind of like a 1980s paranormal type of TV show, comparable, I guess, to Poltergeist, but not as scary.
Like
different type of monsters, different type of
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
No.
Kinda, yeah, because you don't, for a while, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna kind of come in here and just thicken up this, what should I call it? The black with more of the two-dimensional, three-dimensional look. So we're just gonna come in and break up all that black with some red glitter. So I think this was from Michael's too. And I want to say this was from Michael's like 6 years ago, Michael's. So I'm just breaking it into usable pieces. So it's not quite so long. Let's take this one and then break it. There we go. So we're going to kind of take these. So now we'll glue everything in just to break up all the black and give it something besides just flat black. Okay, I had this one. I was like, where's that other one? Right here. kind of flip it. And I'm looking what we wanted. I'm trying to figure out what we wanted. Oh, black and white pumpkins. I was like, see the design, see the design. So we're gonna add some black and white pumpkins. These came from Michael's. So of course it's always going to be the challenge of getting the tags all the way off.
Yeah. For you guys who haven't heard of it, obviously it's going to be kind of different and hard for you to see it and understand it until you watch the first couple episodes.
It's like I explained to them, it's a two-dimensional world. Yeah. So things that are sinister and dark happen in the upside down. It's like a different dimension. So it's like, I guess it's almost like the spiritual realm that we think of it as, because we know that it's...
You probably just cut some off the stem, huh?
Yeah, I will. I'm just looking at where I want it to go. So it's going to definitely be different. So if people go underground, in a sense, they're in the upside down. It's their entire world, but darker. They can't see any of the people that are in the regular world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, our daughter was like, you should watch it.
Kind of like that, yeah. Teresa said it's kind of like a Stephen King, like the Goonies, X-Files, and set movies. Yeah, kind of stuff like that.
Definitely. Okay, so yeah, like the Goonies, like the kids are the Goonies.
Yeah, the kids, it definitely revolves around kids. Junior high, early high school.
Yes. So we are going to stick these, I think, in here is how we were doing it. We're kind of giving it a three-dimensional look to the bottom. So I'm definitely going to cut these down and then glue these in place. So remember, I'm decorating the whole bottom half Halloween-ish for, it's like a 2-season wreath, right? That's it in a sense.
Multi-dimensional wreath.
Yeah. So that you can view it either way. So definitely a challenge. I was like, do you want me just to make it one way so it goes with the sign? And she goes, no, I want you to make it upside down. So you can flip it over. Halloween, we will display it one way. And
Teresa said her daughter loves that show.
See.
Rochelle said, and they don't choose to go there. 7, which I think is, her name is actually 11.
11.
Can see into the upside down, sort of. Yes, she can.
Yeah.
She's part of it.
She kind of has a little bit of a psychic ability.
And then Wendy said it's really well cast and the kids are fantastic in the roles. Yes, they are.
They really are. Okay, so let me, I think what we said, these we're going to go up on the top. So we're going to add Christmas bulbs to the top. We're going to come down to the bottom and add some more pops of red down here. Again, Michael's Halloween picks. So this is allowing me to incorporate these, and I'm just sticking them there until I figure out if that's the placement that I like for them there. So
yeah, Michelle said it's cool to see how much the kids on the show aged from the first season.
Most definitely. So we shall see. Supposedly, the lady who made the sign, I had messaged her because she was like, let me know when you're going to be on. I want to watch. So it's always kind of cool for people to see.
Did you already tell what sign it came from?
Yeah. HapsAndArt.
HapsAndArt on Etsy? Yep.
Yep, and then the ribbon came from
Little Red Ribbon Hood on Etsy.
Little Red Ribbon Hood. That's ingenious. Taking it. God, I gotta love all these tapes.
Oh, Bobby said she's stepping it up this year. Placed $4,000 in
Ribbon?
D. Stevens velvet ribbon.
Oh, okay.
Should be cool.
Yes, we saw that at Shinoda. We had our first experience with D. Stevens ribbon. Very expensive, but very
pretty.
nice.
Very pretty, yeah.
Yeah, very nice. I think I actually bought some. I think we just used it not that long ago, too. Okay, let me look. Some red rose. They're black roses tinted red. Let me look at how I like these. I even like these in here. I might not.
Looks like you got a lot already in there.
I know, right? But I'm just kind of backfilling some space. Yeah. Looking. Take this one. Again, Michaels. I like anything that is black but rimmed in different colors. So, see why this is necessary, so you can come in and move them around as you need. So, okay, perfect. So let me take these out. Let me put these where I want them to go. All back in the glue skillet.
And Sandra, Perpetual Ribbons has a discount code for the private group too.
Yes. So it's in the document. Bobby was nice enough to extend that for us.
She's got a lot of cool ribbon.
That's Bobby's my go-to source when I'm looking for specialty ribbon, like the Stranger Things ribbon. I will always go, like I would not go to Craft Outlet. I would not go to the wreath shop. Even trying to do the signs, I knew that was going to be something way out of the ordinary for people to have. So you almost want to go to Etsy because you know those are going to be the handcrafted, one-of-a-kind items that you need. So even trying to find specific Stranger Things merchandise,
it's tough to do.
It's really hard to do. So it's going to be kind of classy, but still kind of have that. Just trying to pick all my glue out because it dries the minute I start to pull. So we'll finish sticking everything in, and then we'll move to the top, the happy place, right? The happy place where everything is still good and happy. I don't think I want it quite that long. A little too long for where I was going to stick it. Okay, everything is in, everything is glued down.
Hi, Jeannie.
Just double checking. Okay, so here is, I think I'm going to add 1 or 2 like red bulbs to the top, and that will kind of finish off the, not completely finished off. That'll kind of, I mean, how does it look from where you're at?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're looking at it the way it would be if you flip it around.
Yeah. And you still have some of the character embellishments you have to do.
Yeah, it will be. Those are going to be fun to try to fit in. But that looks okay for here?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So now we're going to flip. Just like this. There we go. Okay, so let me trim these up.
Mary said our daughter-in-law Karen loves black. Our son ordered her a black Christmas tree, and it was beautiful. I love this one.
Okay, so this is definitely something
She's
way
like,
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, even when we did the Halloween wreath this year, that we did a black and tan, sometimes it's just nice to go outside of what other people would consider.
Yeah. Well, even the black and orange Halloween wreath behind you.
Yeah. Well, that's traditional, though.
Yeah, it is.
You know? in that sense. So I'm just gonna start adding ornaments, stuff you would normally think you'd find on a Christmas wreath. Okay, this goes over here. Take some more of these and work these down.
Patty, it's okay. You don't actually sell. I don't understand this wreath.
Yeah, you don't. It's going to be totally different.
This is a special order wreath, and it's themed off of the Stranger Things TV show off of Netflix. So if you haven't ever seen it, that's why you won't get it. So you can YouTube it and just check out Stranger Things, or if you have Netflix, you could watch it. But there's a huge following of Netflix.
It's kind of
and
like
this is a custom order.
own, like, cult following. It's like a cult classic, right? It's like the movies we grew up on. This is this millennials generation.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's interesting to do stuff like that because we can't just like stay within our own market group. You want to be able to show that you're very diverse in creating, that you can step outside of the normal and create something way different that wouldn't make sense. Kind of trying not to go right in the middle.
Like I said, if you YouTube it and just type in Stranger Things, you'll easily get it after one watching. I mean, the sign Stranger Things is black and red. So.
Well, yeah. Okay. Add a couple of these. It's always fun to try to find unique things. And I like to be challenged, because it's always different when people are like, oh, yeah, can you make me like a traditional Halloween wreath or a traditional Christmas wreath? Those are, but when people ask you to do something outside of your comfort zone, then like making a Frozen wreath or a Disney wreath or something along those lines.
Right.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be like, we'd like to see you make the Disney wreath.
Or a Nightmare Before Christmas wreath. Or Cheshire Cat wreath.
So this is this generation's Nightmare kind of Before Christmas, maybe?
Kind of, yeah.
Because it...
Real life, just not.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
Exactly. Okay. Grab some of these.
Rochelle, the center sign is from a sign shop on Etsy called HapsAndArt. HapsAndArt on Etsy.
So now I'm just adding a wide variety of different ornaments to the top. Different sizes. I don't think I really want to go pink. I think I just kind of want to stay in this. Okay, this is where it gets interesting because I almost needed to bring some of the berries in here, like pine cones. Do you know where the pine cones are in the garage?
Let me look.
Okay. Or the cranberry kind of things. There's a bin, if you go to the first rack closest to the garage door, very top shelf, it just says mixed berries. If you can bring that here. Because I was like, it just needs more than ornaments to kind of make the top part like the bottom, some pine cone kind of things, I think. But these are the action figures that are going in it. This is what exists in the upside down. They're called demogorgons. So they're just, I don't know if it's like an alien creature or whatever, but it looks like a flower. So he's actually going to go down here where he belongs because he's in the upside down. And then this is 11 with her waffle box. So she's going to be going in the top along with Dustin and Lucas. And there's 2 more characters, so Kaylee will add those when she finds them. So in order to make this function, flipping it in either direction, I need to wire them in to where you can take the figures and just twist them based on if you're doing it this way, your figure has to sit this way, so that makes sense. And then your figures at the bottom, need to also be able to do that. Otherwise people would look at this wreath and go, I don't get it. So that's why I was like, okay, we could do it and make it all like one, like keeping all the figures all the same way, like this. Obviously she's gonna go here, and then he'll probably go here, and he'll go down here. And then room for Kaylee's 2 additional, because there's 5 kids, although they're adding more kids this season. This would make sense to do a right side orientation, so everything flows. You can still get a sense that it is different on the bottom than it is on the top, but Kaylee wants it to where she can spin it, and then this would be the top at Halloween, this is the top at Christmas. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is prep these guys. So I'm just going to wire them around their waist so that you can technically take them and twist them and just move them in whatever direction you want. So we're going to take this just like so, so that he is posable. And the reason with action figures is I try not to hard attach them into the wreath in case people want to pull them out later. I did that on the Jack Skellington wreath. I made sure that it was a mint collector type of deal. So you want to make sure that you're not, you know, even though they were like, you just feel free to use them any way you want. I always try to find a way that they can still, yeah, those are perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Steve. So knowing that if this is going to be the top, and Steve was really nice. He brought me some pine cones and holly berries. So I wasn't thinking that. We're so worried about how to make the dark pop. So I always try, if I'm using action figures in here, I try to make it to where if they wanted to take them out, they can take them out. This way, if the characters change dramatically from one season to the next.
Yep, Daisy, it's Stranger Things.
Yep. Most definitely. So I'm just kind of looking at where they're going to sit. And Elle came with her box of Eggo waffles. So I'm looking to see if her jacket lifts. I think it's all just fastened down. Okay. So we glued the waffles in her hand because it's kind of one of those things where you can have it and play with it. So I just took her and glued her waffles in so she wouldn't lose her box of waffles. So
Bruce said, looks rather unique but very beautiful at the same time. Neat idea.
it's, yeah, it's different,
It's
right?
a custom order, so it's really it's in the eye of the beholder. The seller wants something specific,
You do what they ask.
you do what they ask.
It may not be,
That's your ability.
yeah, it may not be something that is like your cup of tea and you're like, hey, I can go with that. You know, you do the research and that's where Elle's going. So I'm going to add some pine cones that Steve brought me. So we're just going to dress up the top and make it a little bit more Christmassy. That's so good how I totally did not even think about doing that. Like prepping that. So I'm just kind of adding. I totally forgot. I was like, we bought so much stuff in the garage for the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even think about the top at all.
Are you just looking at placement right now?
Yeah. I'm not fastening them. I'm just kind of looking at breaking down this one pick. And then
Oh, you already put in the creature?
he hasn't, no, he's just sitting there.
Oh.
I was just explaining to them how you could create it one way, and then I could have just did it our way and said, look, it's just going to go this way and that's the way it's going to be. But then I was like, okay, would you like it to do this? Would you like it to do that? She's like, yeah, I want to be able to flip it.
That's true, Rochelle. She brought up the point that the boys play Dungeons and Dragons. They're huge Dungeons and Dragons fans.
And see, in the 80s, that's what I grew up playing. That was what I did with a group of friends from high school. That's what we did after we finished homework. Because we didn't have computer games, right? We didn't have television 24/7. So, yeah, this is perfect, babe. Thank you. So we're just adding some touches of what you would normally see if you were decorating a Christmas wreath. I guess if we wanted, well, I was gonna say if we wanted to go really legit, we could have went bubble lights, but they haven't.
I don't know how
they
many.
haven't gone bubble lights yet.
I don't know how many wreathers have made a half Halloween, half Christmas wreath.
0. But you
But
could
this
say
TV series is perfect for it because it's
half and half, right? Well, this season it takes place during 4th of July.
Yeah, but last season it was
Christmas.
Halloween into Christmas.
Yes, it was. So you never know. Okay. And these are my last ones. So we'll dip this so it'll stay. I hate the ones that fall off. Still pulling glue threads back into the pot.
Yeah, it's still on your fingers.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. I still see it. It's like stuck to my knuckle. And then I'll show you. This already has lights in it. So, a little bit of everything, I think, right?
Wow, Teresa. She
What?
said my husband still plays.
Dungeons and Dragons?
And he even got our kids into playing Dungeons and Dragons as well.
Funny.
Our 23-year-old plays online with his friends that are scattered in the U.S. due to its being
So popular.
prior military.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, there are quite a few people that still play it. So it is definitely still there. So I'm just taking the little holly berries and just kind of adding them to the wreath. Again, breaking up. See, why is it doing that? Okay. We're going to be finishing up. We'll be hardwiring our figures in.
No problem, Antoinette. Happy 4th. She said, can't stay, it's date night for tonight for me and the hubby.
Ooh.
Good for you guys.
I know, right? We need to do that. Date night more.
Yes.
More date night.
We need like a date month. We just leave and
Every
not
time.
come back.
Every time we think we're gonna, like, every time we think something's gonna simmer down, it just doesn't. So, I guess we just have to be prepared for it, right? To roll with it at all times.
You're just doing one at a time?
What you handed me was a garland.
But I thought you could cut long pieces off of it. That's not.
But
Okay.
then you'd have to kind of wind it in. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's garland. So I'm just kind of taking little things like this. I can only do so much. So I'm making it work. Just like so. Okay. We will add our little touches of peoples. Oh, he needs to get wired in. So I was wiring them all together because I was telling him that they need to be able to spin. So if Kaylee wants to get things all facing the same direction, because I think it would look dumb if your characters were wired in one way
Yeah.
and you couldn't flip them, right? So, okay. I'll take this. And we're going to add him.
So this is the main evil character.
Yeah, the Demigorgon.
The Demigorgon, yeah.
I don't know what they have going on this season, though.
The flayer, the mind flayer.
Well, that's what they call him. So we're going to put him predominantly right here. So then Kaylee can pose him however she wants to pose him. But she can still spin him right side up.
He's upside down.
Huh? Well, I'm doing it so when we put it up on the door, this is how she would do it. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Basically, you're saying no. Which means that they're wired around their waist so you can just twist them all the way around, like 180. So I have to wire them in to the wreath, not too hard. There we go. So that she can...
And when she finds more of the characters, she can just add more of the characters.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Like,
we've got Elle, we've got Dustin.
She has to add Mike and Will.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me...
No problem, Sarone. She said, hey, Kat, sorry I missed most of this. We have terrible storms and the power's off and on.
Aw.
Well, stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe, stay dry. Okay. So we're going to put Elle in here with her box of waffles. So she stays here. This is always fun, finding small wire to the bottom. Okay.
We tried to, Teresa. She's like, you have to take time for the two of you. Thomas and I work on Saturdays, so if we aren't too tired, we go out to dinner on Saturday night. If not, then we go out for lunch on Sundays.
Yeah.
So we go out to dinner a lot. We probably go out to dinner at least 3 times a week, I would say.
When you're home?
When I'm home, yeah.
Which kind of isn't as often as we would like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, we've got that.
Where did she find the figurines?
Target.
Target.
Has them on clearance for like $2 because they were from last season. So.
But they were hard to find. We haven't found any since.
Caitlin found them.
Yeah, Caitlin found them.
Caitlin was like, do you want figures for your wreath? I was like, I think Amazon had them and they were like $9.99, and I'm like, I am not spending $9.99 for all the characters for that wreath.
Yep. Okay. So check your local Targets.
Yes.
Walmart was supposed to carry them too, but we went to Walmart yesterday.
They didn't have
and they had nothing.
Nope. Walmart, Target was all supposed to carry them, and nobody had them. So, okay. Let me get this situated. So, there are her figures. Here is her bows.
That's interesting. So Melody said, Steve, I found Stranger Things on Netflix, but only season 3. Season 3 just came out today.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised season 1 and season 2 still aren't out there on Netflix.
They are on Netflix. They aren't on YouTube.
Try it on Netflix. Just search for season 1 and season 2.
Okay. So let me show you what it looks like. If we can get it to function the way it's supposed to. So, Christmas time. Let us... Okay, I don't want that. Let's go study on. Not that one.
Oh, that one was good. I just think that.
The on and off.
Yeah, that one's fine too.
There's that one too. That's fading. Okay. So there's like 9 different options for her to play with. So it's extraordinarily heavy. So this is how it would look for Christmas, right? So you've got your lights all in here because she wanted it lit. so that when it's on her front door, that's what she can do. Let's see. So that works. Figures are all orientated the right direction. This is all upside down, right side up. Right? And then she wanted it so she flipped it for Christmas or for Halloween. It would go this direction would be for Halloween.
And then you could just flip your characters around.
Yeah. So you would just take L and you would just flip her. So same thing with the guest. Same thing with him. And his arms are gonna have to come in until I can move him. There. There he goes. So.
Yep.
There he goes. And that's what she wanted it to do. She wanted it to be either or. So this is Halloween, flipping it is Christmas. So, right?
And you can see if you turn off some of the lights.
Oh, turn the overhead one off. Overheads? So that kind of gives you a better idea.
Yeah.
Of what's happening and where. So that's just my take on it. Like I said, there's a couple other ones out there. I didn't really care for them. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you. Simple, easy. Like I said, it's really easy to go overboard and adding an old rotary phone, like a handset, an old, what was the other one? An old cell phone or walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
A walkie-talkie.
Yeah, the ham radios or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Teresa said it's Hallowmas, like Halloween and Christmas.
It is.
Remember, Teresa likes the puns.
Yes, but this does work. So yeah, it's functional for her exactly the way that she wants. So now you guys know if somebody like messages you and says, hey, can you do a Stranger Things wreath? You'll be like, hey, yeah, I can. Kind of know where to get everything. And that's the only licensed merchandise that I have seen. Not so much the sign, because the sign was just done. It's not really a...
It doesn't say Stranger Things.
It doesn't
just
say
says, Welcome
Stranger
to the
Things,
Upside
but
Down.
people know the Upside Down is related to that. And then obviously the action figures, the ribbon, like I said, that says friends don't lie.
Yeah, I think Caitlin and Isaiah are watching, so I think Kaylee gets to see it.
Kaylee's seen?
Kaylee's seeing it, yeah.
Oh, okay. So she can snap some pictures, and then if they're at the premiere tonight and the cast members are there, she can go, look, my mom just made a wreath from your show.
Right. August said very clever, it looks pretty darn good. Kaylee will be thrilled.
Good.
Melanie said it's different but cute.
Yeah, like I said, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's showing you how you can take something that challenges you outside of your normal to still find a way to make it look cute, I guess.
Yeah.
Without...
It's dual purpose.
That's what you wanted, right?
That's what you wanted. That's right. That's what you want to do. You want to satisfy the buyer.
Exactly. And there's been plenty of buyers that have told me this is what I want, and I'm like, really? You don't want it like this? And they're like, no, go back to what you just did. And I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So yeah. So that's pretty much about it. Private group we're doing. What are we doing this week? We're supposed to do Halloween lantern swag, but I might change that up to something a little bit different, because we have done Halloween lantern swag before. So I think we'll just do a Halloween, maybe Halloween bubble wreath. It's been a while since we bubbled.
Yeah.
So something simple. I think somebody had asked if we could do something with a 12-inch round sign, so we'll try to incorporate something like that.
Yep, Simone, it's all about the buyer. That's right.
Yes.
Lynette said, love it, turned out great. Daisy said, wow, this is interesting. It invites a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, so imagine if you have someone who says, hey, can you do a half Halloween, half Christmas wreath? You kind of have an idea now. Like, I wasn't sure I wanted to go grapevine and then grapevine, and I was like, no, what if we took evergreen, because the upside down is supposed to be exactly like
The opposite.
yeah, it's complete opposite, but darker. So in that case, you have to go evergreen and just go darker. This would also be cute if you incorporated like spider web kind of stuff maybe in here, but it's not quite there yet. So that's it.
Yep.
Okay, do you guys have any other questions? Other than that, man, I can't believe it's already the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, well, have a great rest of your weekend. Private group, I'll see you Sunday at 5. And that's pretty much it, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye-bye.